Yo, what's up? Welcome to the channel. And I see my last video has has struck some nerves. You know, I just want to say, look, first of all, I like the First Descendant, okay? I like the gameplay and stuff. I don't want it. I don't want the numbers to look this bad. And yes, I'm going to compare it to Destiny, Warframe, Shootout, even compared to the Division too. But I want to take out but I want to take some look at some comments and actually take a little deeper dive at the numbers. Okay? But like I said, I like the First Descendant. I like I like looter shooters, you know? I played besides like Destiny 2, the First Descendant, and a tiny bit of Warframe. Like I played it like when Warframe first came out. I'll probably show you like when I um created an account and only got to like rank 6. So I have a limited time on Warframe, but I played Borderlands 1, 2, and 3, the pre-sequels, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Outriders, Remnant 1 and 2, Anthem, which I really like. I actually still have Anthem. I bought it again for PC because I actually really like Anthem. But the Division 1 and 2, even Suicide Squad. Yes, I love looter shooters. So I'm not trying to, bag on this game or trying to hate on it or trying to say it needs to die or something. No, so I don't know where like a lot of these people are coming from. Like it just seems like I really struck a nerve. Is but I like the First Ascendant. I want it to be better. I want it to have way more players. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments. And I'm not gonna go through all the comments, so let's actually get into it. All right, so first comment. What did he say? How is this game slowly dying? Warframe has 665,500k active players. The First Ascendant has 312k active players. Stop your clickbait videos. It's why you have no followers. Okay, first of all, okay, he's just gonna have a jab. He's gonna assault me a little. I mean, I have followers, I have subscribers, but whatever. And this number doesn't make any sense. None of these numbers make any sense. Look, I appreciate Warframe and stuff, but this doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, yes, just looking at Steam numbers, don't that's not the big picture. I get that, right? But that's the only numbers we can really look at. And we look at this, see, like right now, 24-hour peak was 58,000. Last 2 hours was 54,000. This isn't the whole picture. Okay. They have their own launcher, their own PlayStation and Xbox, right? I guess you have to kind of guesstimate and probably say like give or take some numbers from like the Steam. I mean, it might be the same on the consoles and everything. So with that, doing a little math, Warframe probably has, around 290 290k. So I don't know where he got this 665k and this First Descendant number 312k. Um, let's go look at the First Descendant. Okay, so their 24-hour peak was 17. Okay, let's look at the First Descendant numbers. So 24-hour peak was 17,000. Right now, like 2 hours ago, 12,000. give or take, this doesn't have its own launcher. It's not on like Epic Games or anything. It's only on Steam, right? PlayStation and Xbox. So, like give or take some numbers, all these numbers, they're not going to be correct cuz like I said, we can't see the Xbox and PlayStation numbers. All we can see is Steam. The best is around like 50 something K, give or take. I would give it probably like 55K at the best. So is that good? I mean, it's okay, I guess. But that's all three platforms. Like we can look at Destiny 2, like same thing. We can't see the other numbers. So Destiny 2's on Steam, Epic Game Launcher, PlayStation, and Xbox. That's four. So got to do the same thing. So 24-hour peak was 22,000. Last 2 hours, 21,000. So, doing a little bit of math, give or take some numbers. Destiny 2 probably has like around 80,000. It's not terrible, That's not as much as Warframe. And, and I love Destiny. I actually have what around 7,000 hours on Steam, but I joined Steam like in 2020, 2021. So some of my time is still on PlayStation, and that's not even counting like Destiny, Destiny 1. If you add up all my time, I probably have around 15,000 hours in Destiny 2. I know that's probably not a lot to some of y'all. Some of y'all probably gonna come in the comments be like, "Oh yeah, I have 100,000 hours, 200,000 hours in the game." Like for most people, 15,000 hours in one game, that's a lot. Okay, so I love Destiny, but let's get back to these comments. So these numbers, I don't know where he got these numbers from. He just pulling numbers out his ass. Like maybe you should do research. Let's look at some other ones. This is a small one, bro. You're just bad at the game. Stop crying. I, 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 I'm just bad at the game. I beat all the bosses. Well, besides like the newest one, because I haven't really played it that much. So how am I bad at the game? I beat all the fucking bosses. You know, I have I grinded. I mean, I don't have that many descendants. I mean, I probably have like 5 or 6 descendants, something like that. Two of them are ultimate descendants that I grinded for. Come on, like stop crying. I'm just bad at the game. Okay. And by the way, I have like over 200 hours in the game. Let's look at more. Okay, this next comment. No, the game is not good. People realize eventually and quit. Like I wanted. Then he talks about the UI and Wukong's UI. I don't see how like two do- those are two totally different types of games. I'm not gonna say the game is outright like not good, because it has like the UI isn't the greatest, but I'm not gonna compare it to like some other type of game. So yeah, okay. The sexy female characters can only take you so far. But anyways, okay. So many people compare current TFD with current Warframe like it's a valid comparison. Warframe has had years more time than TFD, and it currently seeing influx from Destiny 2 players. I mean, he's right about that, you know. Um, yeah, it's let's let's compare current the First Descendant to past Warframe, right? Okay. Let's go back then. So we can actually see the chart for Warframe from the beginning, because luckily this game actually launched right away on Steam. You know, man, like the numbers at first on Warframe weren't very good. You know, it started off 19. Next month it jumped up to like 21,000 on Steam. So about like 6 months, which is where we're about at with the First Descendant, 6 months, it didn't really move that much, you know, about 16, 18,000 players on Steam. You can see the pattern. Warframe kind of jumps up a lot since then, around March 2015, it kind of like double its players. Then you can see it kind of goes up a little bit. Then at some point it gets like into the hundreds of thousands, which isn't bad. So you can see, yes, the First Ascendant may do better. It may jump up. The numbers may get better because we're only 5 months in, 5, 6 months in. You can see like the numbers are from the peak with on Steam, which is 264,000 to 12,000. And like I said, give or take some numbers, right now, these numbers aren't the big picture. It's actually about, you know, 50 something thousand players. I'm not trying to hate on this game because I like the gameplay and stuff of the First Descendant. If y'all want to, deny it or not, I mean, Warframe is this a better game? Yes, they had more time to, work on the game, but the First Ascendant took the systems from Warframe and just made them worse. Why? Like they basically copied their homework and just changed some answers and just made it worse. It's like copying someone's homework that's gonna have A plus, but instead of changing the answers slightly to get an A or A plus, you change the answers to get a worse grade, to get a C, to get a D. Why? Why? I I love looter shooters. Like I said, I played all these looter shooters, and I still go back to some of them. Like I said, I still have Anthem. I bought it on PlayStation. Then I just bought it again recently, like last year, because I wanted to play it again. A fun game, you know. Did I want the game to die? No, not at all. I feel the same way with the First Descendant. Do I want this game to have terrible numbers? No. I don't know why everybody's acting like, oh, this is clickbait. No, it's not clickbait. I'm looking at the numbers. Can y'all not see the numbers? These numbers on Steam, they're not the full picture. I got that, and I do understand like Destiny 2, because let's look at another comment. So this comment, if you are a Destiny 2 OG, you claim to be okay, you remember Destiny 1 was way worse than TFD at launch and still found success despite having less content. Not to mention Destiny 2 was tanking so hard that they made it free to play 2 years after launch. Yes, I will claim to be a Destiny OG. I've played Destiny since beta. I wish I could have gotten to alpha, but I didn't know shit about it. But I've been playing Destiny since Destiny 1 beta and never quit. Even at launch, yeah, it didn't have content. Yes, I'll admit that. Like, it was a rough time, a very rough time, but we don't know the numbers, you know? And I got a little video here for you, and let's watch this.
For about 6 weeks. And then issues started to emerge, with the first signs being our most avid, hardcore community running out of content. This then rapidly spread to broader, more casual players, and eventually these problems spilled all the way out of our community and started creating a bad reputation for our brand in a major way, even amongst gamers who didn't play Destiny. And that threatened the total ecosystem of the game as we first frustrated and then shed our player base. To show this visually, so this was our weekly active users for Destiny 2 in the first few months. And for comparison, this is what Destiny 1 looked like. So far, so good. But then this started happening. And this moment right here in February of 2018 was fucking terrifying. So this graph shows the trend of our weekly active users. And at the rate that we were shedding players, we did the math. I remember being in the meeting, we did the math. And if this continued for just 5 more weeks, we would run out of players. The entire population would be gone. And we were seriously looking at potentially being 1 month away from having to just close up shop on Destiny 2 altogether. So that was in February of 2018.
So this is their graph. He's shown the numbers, Destiny 1, launch, and Destiny 2. But the thing is, if you notice one thing on this graph, there's no numbers. We don't know what their margin was like. Was a good margin or a bad margin? We don't know. Like, there's no numbers on this graph. The only numbers is like the weeks. We have no clue besides what they're telling us. Yes, Destiny 1 went through a rough patch. Destiny 2 went through a rough patch. You have to remember, like, when Destiny 1 came out and Destiny 2, they had Activision over their head. A good example, like, we don't know what were good numbers or not. We can't even see the number. We couldn't even see the numbers. Like, yes, Destiny 2 was dying. Then guess what? Forsaken came out, and supposedly it got a lot of players to come back. I mean, like, some players, like myself, were still there, but they had a lot of players to come back. And according to Bungie, right, it did pretty good. But to Activision and Blizzard, it did terrible. So what are the numbers? What are good numbers? Like, my thing is, yes, the First Descendant numbers aren't that good right now. Could they get better? Yes, I hope they get better, because I like the game. It's still on my system. I still hop in every now and then. I've did all the content. I beat all the bosses besides one, the newest one, which I'll probably do at some point. I'm not trying to hate on this game. I'm not trying to compare to like Warframe or Destiny and be like, yeah, these two games are better. No, I don't. How do I say this? I really don't think that, like, in a general sense. Like, I think each game does certain things better than one another, and I just hope y'all see and this stop acting like rabbit dogs. Like, I get it. You like the game. You may love this game, The First Descendant, I like the game too. I just want the developers to do better, you know? I want them to have more impactful content in the game. I want players to come back and play the game, but people aren't doing that. And I and before I leave, I do want to mention I haven't played Destiny 2 about 2 months now. Yes, in about 2 months. This is about the longest period I went without playing Destiny 2, which is big. I think the longest before this I went without playing Destiny 2 was probably like a day or two. A day or two. But I want to say like one reason I quit playing Destiny 2 is because I don't know, I kind of got bored and I didn't like the new episodes, basically seasons. I didn't like the new season and the whole tonic system or anything like that. And I pretty much done everything in Destiny 2. I think I'm only missing 2 exotics, 3, 2 raid exotics, and exotic sparrow. And like I have every piece of armor. I have every other exotic. I've grind for almost every piece of legendary loot. I just don't have much to do in the game, you know? And even before I stopped playing Destiny, I kind of started branching out cuz Destiny 2, they try to say it's of course a live service game, but MMO light or whatever. And I actually started exploring MMOs. Yep. I've played one MMO back in the day, like a long time ago, and that was ESO. But recently, like I played Lost Ark, Throne of Liberty, New World, Final Fantasy 14, um, Guild Wars, Fantasy Star Online. I and actually playing MMOs. Yeah, Destiny isn't close to an MMO at all. It doesn't have the social features or anything. A lot of things that MMOs do, Destiny doesn't do. And actually stepping back and looking and you know seeing how Destiny is set up and everything, it's kind of sad. I've been watching like, oh, this is a new player experience, and other Destiny 2 content creators going back and seeing how the new player experience is. And it's kind of sad, like seeing that like Bungie has taken out half the game and content people has paid for that I've paid for and just took it out the game. And you see like other games like Warframe, other MMOs like WoW, Final Fantasy, like they still have all their content or a big majority of it. I don't know, they probably took it out like little things, but not like whole, DLCs, little expansions and stuff like Destiny has. And just kind of stepping back and just looking from the you know outside in, Destiny is kind of shit in many ways. Even though I have thousands of hours in the game, and I still have a soft spot in my heart for Destiny 2 and stuff. It's it's very shit, you know. But like I said, I don't want any of these games to die. I just want them to be the best. But anyways, I'm not going to keep rambling on. Okay, I don't want this video to be too long, but you know, let's have a conversation in the comments, a civil conversation. Don't call me names and be like, oh yeah, this is why you're terrible. This is why you don't have followers. Okay, whatever. This is just my opinions, my thoughts, and me actually looking at the numbers, you know? But yeah, leave me a like if you want to, subscribe, ring that bell for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Ooh, hit the mic. Peace.